guys, this is Charlotte, and here's the long-awaited color-changing cake tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'm so glad you like this cake. The first thing I'm going to do is use an icing bag with a speed icing tip. I completely cover the sides and then most of the top, and then I'm going to go over it with the icing spackle I have here. I'm going to smooth the sides first and then the top, scraping off excess icing. When you smooth buttercream, you kind of have to work fast because you can't go over it again because it will tear and cause bubbles once it is dry. If you use too much pressure, you'll dig into the cake and cause loose crumbs. I'm going to go over it with my icing comb I have here now. I'm using the medium size, but it can be done with smaller or larger. Obviously, the smaller is going to have more peaks, and then the larger are going to have fewer. I start with the sides first, and then I go on top in one direction. Next gets tricky because of the movement of the comb. I'm starting at an angle, so only 1/3 to 1/2 of my comb is touching the cake. I come downwards from the quarter, and then I go in a wave pattern. Now on the other side, I'm going to switch, and instead of going downwards in the corner, I'm going to go up. I try to keep the waves the same size. I repeat the two steps over and over again. You start from the corner going down, and then the corner going up, and try to keep them the same size. Luckily, this is the trickiest part, and if you practice, you'll be able to get it. The picture I made here may give you a better example of what I'm talking about. So holding it at an angle, I'm going to point my comb going downwards first and then bring it up, making the wave, then continuing until I'm at the end. The second wave, I'm going to start going upwards first and then go down, making waves. Then just repeating those two steps over and over. Switching which way you hold the comb is going to give that overlapping scale look. The airbrush is fairly easy to use, but if you're a first timer, it may take some getting used to how much pressure to apply. The airbrush should be held at a 90-degree angle so it only hits one side of the peaks that I just made with the comb. Don't turn the cake while spraying until you're done with that side. You want to go straight across. Pointing down will get the airbrush color on both sides instead of just one. I'm going to do 4 colors instead of the 6 like my original video. You can do a cake with just 2 colors, like one on one side and one on the other. The colors don't necessarily have to be contrasting colors either. I've done a cake with 2 shades of blue, one side turquoise, one side dark blue, and it looked really pretty, and it can have the same effect. I just like using brightly different colors because it looks so dramatic. So when I'm combing the icing, it makes sharp peaks. So when I spray straight forward, it can only touch one side. The same goes for the other side. I spray a different color, and it stays on the other side. So when the cake is looked at from one direction, you can only see the side that is in front. And when it is turned to the middle, you can start to see both colors slightly, giving it the effect that it's changing colors. And that is how the color changing cake is made.